Good morning, I'm Isaiah Jacob. The Browns got their first taste of preseason football yesterday, falling to the Bears 34-10. Deshaun Watson took the first half snaps, going 11 of 15 for 126 yards, while Shedeur Sanders took over in the third, going 6 for 11 for 79 yards and 1 interception. Head coach of the Browns, Todd Monken, commented in the postgame on where the quarterback competition heads from here.
Shedeur will start against the Bills. Deshaun will play in the third quarter, and Dylan play in the fourth. So it just flipped.
Cleveland back in action next Saturday versus the Bills at home. Yesterday, the Marlins beat the Reds 8-4. They're back on today at 1:40. Pregame coverage begins right here on The Fan at 1:10. For the Guardians, they beat the Padres 6-1. Joey Cantillo pitched 6 innings, giving up the lone run of the day. The Guardians also a 1:40 start versus San Diego today.
Live and local, it's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show.
Yes, welcome into a very special edition of Fan Sports Sunday. Not special because it's going to be good or anything.
No.
Just because it's different than what we've been doing. I'm Dylan Gonzalez, and I'm not with Cole Bartimus. I'm with the one and only Jeff Tito Didoff. How's it going, Jeff?
Going great. It feels like we've got a Spanish-type theme. Tito and Gonzalez, right?
Yes, absolutely.
On Domingo.
Yes.
I think that now that I'm working with you, I think the white whale, and no offense, because he's not a whale, but I think Bo's the only person I have not done a show with, as far as people that do shows. This producer I've worked with before. But like as far as doing shows, I think that this is I've got almost everybody now in my book.
So Bo has avoided you all this because how long? I mean, both of you have been with the station for a while.
Oh yeah. Bo, I used to pop on with him and Rothman when they were doing their show together, like for fantasy football stuff. I do a segment or two there with them. But for every reason it hasn't happened. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take it personally. Maybe I'll overanalyze it and evaluate it.
Yeah, because, this is like a crossover morning show edition of a Fan Sports Sunday because you and Bobby do Morning Juice.
Right.
I'm on with T-Bone and Tyvis, and I see you every morning.
Yes.
But not much time to talk.
No.
You don't get here until about 5:59?
Yeah, 5:58 is my goal usually. Just in time. Yes, 5:58.
And I'm scrambling after doing all the grunt work for T-Bone and Tyvis, making sure, they make their money with their endorsements, printing out their reads and putting in sound. And at that time, I'm running like a chicken with my head cut off, hoping that my update sounds at least okay.
I am not going to volunteer to take money out of what I get paid, but you guys should be paid more. You produce, especially the early morning guys. The stuff you guys have to do in the morning, I used to have to do that. Way back when I would do I didn't produce, but I had to do all the morning sound and the morning updates and everything. And it sucked.
Yeah. I mean, Isaiah, he's here producing for us. He fills in.
Sucks.
Yeah, he fills in for me and Bodie. He's like the number one fill-in when we're not there. So he knows what it's like to have to do all that morning stuff. I mean, we're kind of, giving you a behind-the-scenes tour here of what happens in the morning. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But on the field, everyone talking about Browns quarterback competition. I think we kind of got what we expected to see. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I was watching that intently because I really wanted to see how they both looked, and they looked very. There's nothing really sad. Other than the fact that Watson didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
That's encouraging for Browns fans, I would think.
Or discouraging, depending on who you want to win that quarterback battle.
Yeah, I don't, nothing, it wasn't like a holy crap moment at all. Like, we're like, oh man, this guy's definitely the better quarterback, and the Browns should be optimistic about this. It didn't show up.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are expecting to get that moment that you just referenced, like, oh yeah. He looks, whether it be Deshaun or Shedeur, he looks significantly better than the other guy. And I think you're going to be waiting a long time.
Yeah.
If you're waiting for that moment in the preseason. I feel like Deshaun was very safe. Not a lot of throws down the field.
Yep.
Just being efficient, getting the team in and out of huddle. A lot of stuff we learned out of camp is that, Deshaun is kind of, it's not going to be anything exciting coming from him. And then when Shador got in the game, it was more fireworks, good and bad.
They both Shador responsible for 2 turnovers, Watson for 1. Or what was it, Watson?
It was Dylan
Watson
Gabriel threw an interception.
Dylan Gabriel didn't.
Fourth quarter. I don't think Deshaun turned the ball over.
He didn't turn it over. No, he had a fumble. But that was it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, it's a thing where it's just you look at it and I don't know what it's like for you, but for me, this preseason has been much more watchable so far because of things like the Browns quarterback situation. And here locally, because of the Steelers backup quarterback situation, watching Will Howard and see how Mason Rudolph and Drew Aller play, watching the situation like the Atlanta quarterback situation, the Minnesota quarterback situation. I want to see what Malik Willis looks like and if he gets out there at all. But there's a bunch of different things like that make it more interesting to me with preseason football, not to mention all the Buckeyes I like to watch play also.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been able to get into preseason football for a while. I had to force myself to watch the Browns last night because I knew I was going to be doing the show today. I was like, I better have some semblance of what's going on. But Isaiah, you're a Browns fan. What'd you think of the opener for the Browns?
My biggest takeaway was I don't think that Shador is going to be able to overcome Deshaun. That was my biggest takeaway. Week 1 feels, for me at least, locked in. I'd be surprised if Shador is able to win the job just because Deshaun, it seems like, already had the lead. And yesterday, he was just fine. He went 11-15. He didn't turn the ball over. He looked solid. And if he looks solid, he's going to be the starter. Unless Shador just lights us on fire on Saturday, which he could do, but I don't expect him to. It feels like Deshaun has won the job, unless the next 3 preseason games just go horribly.
Do you guys agree that it'd be better for the Browns if Watson starts and then they go to Sanders maybe midseason if they have to or for whatever reason, or is it better for them if Sanders starts and fails and they bring Watson in? I think the former is probably the best scenario for the Browns.
Yeah, that was the point I was about to make, is that it's kind of better to start with the vet and go to the younger guy than vice versa, because I don't think you want the circus of Deshaun Watson being your backup quarterback to start the season. Yeah. I don't think that's the way to go. What about you, Isaiah?
I 100% agree, and it's the whole reason that the entire offseason I felt that Deshaun makes more sense to be the starter week 1. Start with the veteran. It's easier to go from him to Shador than it is to bench Shador. Because once you bench Shador, the young guy, and go to the old guy, I mean, obviously you're throwing the towel in on the season. If Deshaun starts and he looks bad, there will be parts of Browns' the fan base that'll say, well, there's still a bright spot, and it's Shador, and they can kind of anchor that into the back half of the year and try to build some good PR when we're probably tanking. But if you do it the other way around, people are not going to be happy with Shador getting benched.
What percentage of Browns fans do you think would say Shador is a bright spot?
That's a great question. I would say
that's the first time I've heard any Browns fans say, hey, look at the bright side. We got Shador. No one's ever said that, I don't think, on any radio station. But if you think you're closer to Browns fans than I am.
There's definitely, I would say probably like 30%, I would say, of Browns fans think that there's hope for Shador, but that 30%, they are loud. They are a loud 30%.
Okay. Because it's interesting. I feel like when I talk to logical, sane people, they're like, Deshaun's probably going to be in the starter, but in the end, this is just a crappy situation overall. Yeah, I don't think Deshaun is significantly better than Shador. He's probably just a little safer. Yeah. He's the vet. He's able. We've heard that Shador's been having trouble getting them in and out of the huddle, and that's. You need to get out of the huddle. That's step 1.
It's your second year.
Yeah, before you even get to the play, you need to make sure that you're getting the snap off. So I think a coach like Todd Monken in his first year wants to make sure that they're at least getting to the line of scrimmage consistently to at least give the offense a chance. And that's why Watson's going to be the guy to start the season, in my opinion.
Are you guys rooting for Sanders at all?
I am.
His career?
I hope he's fantastic. I hope he's the one that everybody wants him to be. I hope he's the starting quarterback for the Browns for the next 10 years if he's great. Yeah. Do I think he's going to be? I don't, but I would love it if he was.
I'm indifferent. I don't root for him or against him. I loved his dad. His dad would have played. Was great. I love that. But I'm just kind of indifferent about it. If Sanders, I'm not rooting for him or against him.
I was a big fan of his dad when he went to Colorado. I bought the Blender sunglasses. I dressed up as prime time for Halloween. Oh. We did a Halloween show on T-Bone and Tyvis. And I was Deion Sanders. So I was rooting for his success. I was rooting for Shador's success. But at the same time, I have eyes. Yeah. And I see what it's like when he's in there. And he's very boomer bust. I think best case scenario for Shador Sanders is he turns out like Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best case scenario. And that's not a bad career at all.
No.
But I don't even think he gets there. Like, people refuse to forget that Shedeur Sanders, or they refuse to remember, I should say, that he was a 5th-round draft pick.
Right. And look, the Browns and the fact that they used 3rd-round capital, Gabriel, who they shouldn't be on the roster right now, shows you how bad of a choice that was doing that. I'm not saying Sanders a bad choice 5th round because everyone thought it was great value. Right. But looking back, the Gabriel for 3rd-round pick is just stupid.
Yeah. And you brought up some other preseason. I wanted to highlight former Buckeye Caden Curry.
Yeah.
The Colts tied the Patriots 13-13, but Caden Curry's stat line, he had 6 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, and 2 batted passes in his preseason debut. So how about that? I thought Caden Curry was super underrated when he was here, and I was shocked that he was a 6th-round pick, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's like one of the great value picks of this year's draft.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of stuff. When who else was that made the there was a sack Jack Sawyer the other night. You guys probably talked about it Friday, but you got to sack Kyle McCord, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I hope he said something to him on the way down.
I'm sure he liked that.
Yeah.
All right. And Max Clare had a good day yesterday, too, for the Rams. 7 catches, like 50 yards. He was a stud.
That's another one. Max Clare. We expected so much.
I know.
And I don't think it's on him that he didn't have like the production that we thought he would at Ohio State based off his career at Purdue, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's good in the NFL.
Tight ends from Ohio State will never put up great numbers.
Right.
As long as it's got like when you've got all these receivers and running backs, and it's very hard to be a tight end and get numbers, but you learn how to block really well, learn how to play a position really well, and they usually bring guys that have great hands and great numbers in high school. And so it's not like they forget how to catch or run with the ball and things like they get out there, which is why I do think Max Clare is going to be really good.
Speaking of the Buckeyes, is there a quarterback battle brewing at the Woody? We'll get into that next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
It's time for the summer sunset sale at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Tucson SE for $149 per month for 36 months. $149 a month. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $49.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year ends 8/31.
Transform your home in one weekend and save big money at Menards. Menards carries Purdy paintbrushes, roller covers, prep tools, pails, kits, and more to help you get the job done right. Purdy brushes have been handcrafted in the USA for over 100 years and are the #1 brand preferred by professionals. Save big on Purdy painting tools now at Menards and get your painting project started today.
Save big money at Menards.
State Fair food is getting smaller and pricier.
We'll have room for fried cookies.
Okay, you'd never overspend on food. What's your deal?
What's his deal? He went to Metro and got $450 in value on the new Samsung Galaxy A37 5G for free and no activation fees.
Free phone? Oh, sign me up.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only on Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and activate $40 period plan. $450 based on device discount, waived activation fee. Not available if with Metro T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
How do you know you got a great deal? You came to Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 26 Trax, only $129 a month. Lease a new 26 Silverado, $369 a month. Or get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Visit CoglanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coghlan has the car for you.
36-month lease, $44.98. Due at signing includes $398 doc fee plus tax, title, and registration. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. 0% for 60 months equals $1667 for 1,000 finance with approved credit through GM Financial. See dealer for details. Stands 8/31/26.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of these rain chances going up. We're already tracking a few severe thunderstorm warnings.
We do have team coverage for you this morning, tracking outages and flooding.
Difficult for people to get out of their homes right now. Flood waters up to their knees.
Did you see that car?
Yes.
The wind flipped it over.
This
This is huge. The wind must have been so strong to rip this up out of the ground and take some of the sidewalk with it.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on the 10 TV app.
Football season starts at Twin Peaks. Get your league together and host your fantasy football draft party at your local lodge. And commissioners get a $50 Twin Peaks gift card. Cold drinks, made from scratch food, wall-to-wall TVs, and everything you need for draft day. Book your fantasy football party at your local Twin Peaks today.
On this episode of Science Stuff, we're examining the fastest things on the planet, like the cheetah. It can reach a land speed of over... probably having an off day happens to everybody, but here is the American race car. People love the thrill of the... Okay. Next up is the Falcon. No, all right. Oh, Great Caesar's ghost, what was that? Why, I think we've found the fastest... Let's watch in slow motion.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex.
It's Apex Pros, the pros who knows. They're the fastest thing on the planet. When you have a problem with your plumbing, furnace, air conditioner, or electrical system, Apex Pros gets to you faster than apparently everything. Leaves are blown from trees. Paint is stripped from buildings. Mothers clutch their children's hands. Because when you have something broken in your plumbing, HVAC, or electrical, you don't want to wait.
Columbus loves Apex Pros. ApexPros.com.
Every year, summer ends and the kids go back to school. This year, I'm going back too, at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I got to choose online or on-campus classes to fit my needs. Now I'm on a fast track to a high-demand IT career where the rewards can finally match my value. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. It's never too late to go back to school.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
One bite in, you'll be saying, that's hot as fire. Speedway's new Hottest Fire Chicken Sandwich turns up the temp. Eat the heat for $4.99 only at Speedway. Valid through 8/25/26. Participating stores. Exclude Speedy Cafe. See app for full terms.
ESPN senior NFL insider Adam Schefter joins Rothman and Ice every Wednesday at 12:30, and he works blue.
Okay. The NFL Playbook with Adam Schefter is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Indeed it is. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures today right around 86 degrees for your highs. Isolated showers start early afternoon. Better chances for heavier rain come in later tonight. A 10 weather impact alert has been issued for your overnight showers, as well as the chance of seeing some locally heavy downpours leading to possible flooding concerns tonight. Beginning of your week is trending a little bit drier as well as a little bit cooler. I'm your 10 weather impact meteorologist, Lily Aldrich, with 97.1 The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Dylan Gonzalez, Jeff Tito Thidoff, and Isaiah Jacob here with you on a Sunday. And something happened earlier this week with some of our coworkers that I was like, okay, is there smoke to this? It was the Roosters live show, which Tito tells me he believes they do on Mondays. Mm-hmm. And it was on this clip, you'll hear Austin Ward, Berm, Justin Zwick, not heard on this as your boy, Bobby Carpenter, but he's indeed on the Roosters live show. And they were talking about Tavian St. Clair.
I honestly think that there's probably a closer competition between Luke Fahey and Tavian St. Clair to be the backup for this team.
Did come up in discussion, Berm, on Thursday from Ryan Day when he was asked, as he always is, about what positions he's looking at, and he named backup quarterback for no reason.
Watching Ryan working with Tavian a lot individually and pulling him aside after a number of different plays, pulling him aside and saying, what are you seeing here? Not always like in the nicest time.
Not always fun conversation.
And I feel like most of Buckeye Nation, and I could be wrong about this, is like, no way. Tavian St. Clair, 5-star quarterback. Nah, no way is Luke Fahey pushing Tavian St. Clair. But then Austin actually asked Ryan Day about this on the press conference that I believe was, what day was that? Was that Friday or Saturday?
I think it was Saturday.
Saturday. So here's Ryan Day on Luke Fahey.
You know, Luke, he got his black stripe off today. He's been really doing a great job. He's putting a lot of pressure on Tavian. He really is. He's been competing. He's been making plays. You know, we'll see how he grades out. Coach Fessler grades everything. So, you know, that's been exciting to see him come in with a certain work ethic, run the offense, at a pretty high level. So we'll kind of see how the rest of the camp plays out. But good to see him kind of step in and push Tavian.
So where I believe there was smoke earlier in this week, there might be more smoke. Maybe not fire yet, but what do you think about a potential battle for the backup quarterback position here in camp?
What I'd like to know, and I'm sure if you ask Ryan Day, you might say a little bit of both, but is this happening because Fahey's playing so well or St. Clair is regressing? You know what I mean? Like, because if it's St. Clair regressing, that would surprise me, only because I can't remember how many times quarterbacks have gotten worse. They've come through and played at Ohio State for a couple years. You know what I mean? Like, they seem to always get better, which is what they should do. But is it something where Luke is taking over and he looks so damn good that he's going to pass St. Clair potentially, or is St. Clair just not gotten better? And I'd love to, because that would kind of change my perspective of it. Because if St. Clair's not getting better, that's either on St. Clair or the coaching staff. You know what I mean? And that I'm not sure which one it would be on if that were the case. And I'm not saying, look, this is all just speculation at this point, because as of right now, today, I would think the depth chart still shows Tavion St. Clair as a backup quarterback. Right. But I would love to know the why this is happening and what led to this.
Yeah, because I've said it before. Like, Tavion St. Clair, he played at Bell Fountain. That was that Division III high school. And look, I'm not trying to dunk on where he played high school football at all, but I feel like there's more. I see the potential with him. There's more room for him to develop.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Julian goes down second half of the Texas game. Yeah. I honestly don't know the answer of who I want to go in relief of him at this point.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of Fahey to make a call on that. I haven't seen enough, but I would trust in what they decided to do. But yeah, it's a thing where I would have felt much better if Lincoln Keenholz was the backup quarterback right now.
Yes, that would be great. But unfortunately, he transferred to Louisville, and they have their own expectations. What do you think about the smoke of potentially a backup quarterback battle, Isaiah?
I'm kind of in a similar spot to where you're at too, Dylan, where Luke Fahey, though not gotten much talk throughout the rest of training camp before this, but he comes from a super prominent school in California that produced Mark Sanchez, Jordan Palmer. Like, there's a list of quarterbacks that had lots of success in college and some in the pros, to where maybe his development coming in is a little bit farther along, because obviously Tavion has all of the skill set and the build, and his potential is way higher probably than Fahey's.
For sure.
And that's why he's the 5-star and Fahey's the 3-star. The reason he's a 3-star is because he has some limitations, but all of the development stuff that he got in California is why he's where he's at. Like, he's probably more ready to play right now, but his ceiling isn't as high. And so Tavion's trying to work through some of the experiences that Fahey probably has already worked through, but Tavion just has a lot more potential.
And Craig brings up a good point in the chat. He said that I'll wait to see who's first off the bench when the Buckeyes are up by 35 on Ball State.
Right.
Now,
that's a good point. But I think it would be Tavion either way.
I think it would be too. I think just out of respect.
But in the scenario that I mentioned,
yes, the Texas one,
like for some reason Julian Sayin turns an ankle, and we need drives to win the game in the second half. I don't know the answer of who Ryan Day goes to.
I think the most sensible thing to do, and boy, I'm sure Ryan Day loves hearing advice from me, is I would keep Tavion at number 2, and Luke's number 3. Get up so big on Ball State at the half. Let Tavion play the third quarter. Luke play the fourth quarter. And then we'll have a better idea of how they do with live ball. Do we have a better answer going to Texas also?
Right.
Because that's the thing I've always has been a critique of mine, I guess, that I don't think that we get enough. We don't put the backup quarterback in enough and let them play like a real game.
Right.
Sometimes they'll put them in and they will, they'll just be handing the ball off the whole time. Whatever. Very vanilla. Yeah. I want to see a situation where, and I don't care if you run the score up, I'm fine with it. But when you go out there and you give them actual reps of the game, that's why I hope they're up like 42-0 at the half.
Right.
On Ball State, and then just pull the stars and let Tavion and let do the third quarter, and then put Luke in fourth quarter.
So I want to move on from a quarterback or a position battle that's heating up to one that's cooling down, because there's kind of smoke early in camp about Bo Jackson running with the 2s. Mm-hmm. But Ryan Day talked about Bo Jackson and how he's been standing out.
Well, I think the first thing is, his reads and the way he's hitting the hole has really shown up. But I think he's doing a much better job at the second level. And we've talked about it before. You're running over him or you're running around and making a miss. And you're seeing that. it's showing up on film. It did not show up on film last year. We all know it. He knows he's been challenged. Coach Locke has been challenged. And so, based on the habits he's creating, I think we're going to see that this year. Now, again, it's just practice, so it doesn't matter until he puts it in a game. But if he continues to keep building and practicing and stacking these practices the way he's doing it, it's going to show up in the game. And that's going to be a big part of who we are this year. We felt like, there was a lot of good there last year, but there was also a lot of football that we left on the field. And so a big point of emphasis that so far he's been responding to.
So seems like Bo Jackson's going to be the starter after maybe some of us, me included, overreacted to Isaiah West and Jacoby Jackson getting first-team reps over Bo Jackson in the first week of camp.
I think he probably will be the starter, and I think that the touches will be just about even between the two of them. When it's all said and done, as far as reception, targets, I should say targets part of the two, because although it's not actually a touch, it is a target. But targets plus carries, I think it'll be pretty even most games this season, unless one of them really stands out or one of them has an injury type thing. But both are so damn good.
I just thought I was just questioning this situation from the start because Bo Jackson essentially held the team hostage in the offseason. He technically was in the transfer portal.
Oh, yeah.
Got a raise, came back, and then when he wasn't getting first-team reps the first week of practice, I was like, what the hell is this? What is going on? And it just seems like I still don't know what was going on, but it seems like Tyvis and Joshua were out there Thursday, and they were like, yeah, Bo Jackson got the first-team reps, so like he's back to getting first-team reps, and I assume that he did Friday and Saturday as well. So it seems like all is right in the world in the running back room for Ohio State, because, I mean, 1,000-yard rusher as a freshman out of Ohio State is a good accomplishment.
And he started off slowly. Like, you remember, he didn't do much early on. Like, he really caught fire after that. But we got a lot of time to now in Ball State. And so I think there's I think there was some days you will see West running with the one still in practice. I think he'll still, leading up to it, I think you'll still have that, I would think. Because I do think they'll both end up getting a good chunk of touches when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, and Jacoby Jackson, I'm sure he's going to be in the mix too, because he's like a 12th year veteran in college.
Right.
So
doctor,
he's going for his doctorate at Ohio State. He's gonna get some carries, but I love honest Ryan Day, which I feel like we've gotten a lot more of ever since the year they won the national championship. He's like, Bo Jackson, not good on the second level last year. And that's what was missing in this running game. Hardly any big plays, and hopefully we get to see some this year.
It's just like a very attractive man and an ugly man. Attractive man has options. He can hey, you know what? You didn't come home on time. I'm moving on. Ugly man's like, thank God you came home last night. I'm really lucky. That's what Ryan Day, won the title. He all of a sudden became a very attractive man.
All right.
And that's part of it, too, is there's certain players that you might need to motivate in different ways. Right. So I wonder with some of this, even with Tavian St. Clair,
that's a good point.
Him getting on Tavian and saying this is a battle, it's going to push Tavian. And there's some players that handle that better than others and some that need that. So maybe it's him saying, hey, Bo need to push this offseason. Let's run him with the twos and show him that this isn't automatically his job. Isaiah West is working too, and that'll just make him better.
Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll hear from Zach Rowinski. He was involved in a lot of drama this offseason. He spoke to the media earlier this week. We'll get to that in 2 minutes on a Fan Sports Sunday.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating U.S. restaurants while supplies last.
Jerry, I've made a decision.
Aaron, are you giving away free services again?
Well, yeah. How did you know?
I haven't been able to quit thinking about your AC piggy bank.
Get Eco.
ECO. We work to extend the life of their old air conditioner and then give back all the money we were paid to do it.
Up to $1,500.
When they need to buy a new system.
Jerry, I'm getting ready to do something like that again.
Get Eco.
ECO. When we replace a water heater, I'm instructing all the Eco Plumbers to give our customers up to $500 in free repairs before they leave the house.
$500 in free services that same day?
There's lots and lots and lots of things our plumbers can do for $500 or less.
And Eco is going to do these things for free when people buy a water heater?
Yeah, whatever they want for free.
That same day?
Same day.
Get Eco.
ECO. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
So there was a lot of drama overall for the Columbus Blue Jackets this offseason. That's not yet over. I mean, I think they start in like September technically, so I think Zach Rowinski was, this kind of was like a, hey, hockey season is around the corner type of press conference. And we all know the drama with him where he may or may not have requested a trade.
Right.
They had one done in principle with the Dallas Stars, and then he vetoes it and says, I would like to come back to Columbus. So he was asked about all that earlier this week. Here's what he had to say.
I've been here for a very long time. I think everyone knows how much I love this city and how much it means to me, and I would have no issues being here for an even longer time. I want to see us in the playoffs, and I want to see us make progress, and I feel like we've done that. And I think winning solves everything, and that's where we have to get to as a club. And we have to raise our standards and expectations, and that starts with myself. And I fully plan on doing that this year, being an even better player, better leader, and a better person for my teammates and for this club. And hopefully that just means I'm here even longer.
I really hope that this was his agent overplaying his hand without Zach's complete knowledge and trust in. You know what I mean? Like when the whole trade, I hope that's what it was, because if it's not, Rowinski's doing a fantastic sell job to everybody. Like, I want to be here long term and everything.
Yeah.
And then if they come out next year by this upcoming season, they'll start off poorly. You could hear the trade stuff again.
Yeah, you could see him moved at the trade deadline if this season starts slow for sure. I kind of think that he doesn't want to be viewed as the bad guy, so to speak. Yeah. So he's coming out here. I don't want to say that he went into Don Waddell's office and slammed the door and pounded his fists on the table and said he wanted to get traded. I'm not saying that. I believe there was a conversation that it was like, hey, what are you thinking about doing in the future? And Zach said,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone in 2 years. That's what I think he kind of said. And then they were like, well, would you be all right if we floated your name out there? And he probably was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then it blew up into, oh, yeah, this dude wants out of this place.
And he won't take the trade to Dallas. I'm going to get out of here, but only to these two places.
Yeah, because, Dallas is not a bad destination.
No,
they've
not at all.
Made the playoffs 3 years in a row. They've had a couple deep runs. The package for him, look, I'm not going to act like I'm a full-blown hockey expert, but I heard it was good, not knock your socks off, but there's a lot of people that liked the deal for the Blue Jackets, and he had a no trade clause, which he chose to waive, stay here, and now this is his attitude that we heard that, hey, he wants to stay here. He likes it here. He hopes that they can make the playoffs, and he hopes that the luck for the Blue Jackets can turn around.
What if we get the C on his jersey?
That was,
I'm sorry,
you've been reading my mind all morning for the whole half hour we've been on the show.
Because that right there will be a telltale.
Yeah.
And I've heard that he's not the most vocal guy anyway, necessarily, but he certainly has the chops to be the leader there and to be the captain there. And I don't know if it's a big deal to him or not. I'm not sure if it's a big deal to him. And if not him, then who? And that's the part that I'm anxious to see if he ends up getting that. And, he is such an important part of the future of this franchise because, developed here, the year he just had You know, with the gold medal and everything.
Yeah.
And, best defensive player, all these wonderful things.
Won the Norris Trophy.
Yeah, the Norris Trophy. And so if he were to leave, that's first I thought was every time a player gets really good and the Jackets don't ascend at the same tempo that he is, they want out.
Yeah. Even when that doesn't happen, like with Panarin and Bob.
Yes.
Like they had the greatest season in franchise history, and those dudes were still out. Actually, the fan poll, which is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, by the way, on Friday was, should the Columbus Blue Jackets name Zach Werenski captain of the team? And 62% of people said yes, and I honestly was shooketh that was the result, because if all this stuff in the offseason doesn't happen, I think it's a slam dunk choice. He's the longest tenured Blue Jacket. Yep. He's the best Blue Jacket, and he's an Olympian who won a gold medal. Right. It would be like a no-brainer. But because it seems like you're wish-washy about whether you want to be on this team or not, and they have the ability to, is he the one who has 2 years left? But
no.
He does.
He does.
2 years left with the ability to give him an extension July 1st, I believe, is the designation with him. Would you be embarrassed if you put the C on him and then next year, the year after that, he's not here anymore? Because I would be.
I don't think I'd be embarrassed by it, but I think I would want to have I'd want to have a very real conversation. And look, nothing that he said yesterday and nothing that Waddell says now, none of that stuff's binding. You know, he say, I want to be here long term. Waddell said, we don't want to trade him. And tomorrow there could be a trade. No, it's like they're contractually bound. Well, they're contractually bound. You know what I mean? But they're not like, it's not like they've signed, they're not blood brothers. They haven't signed this together with blood. But I would think that if they name him captain, then the organization has to feel very confident that this is going to endure and it's not going to end in a bad way with him going somewhere else. But if they don't, then it leads you to believe, you know what? They might think they must not have the confidence he could be here long term.
That's where it is with me too. It's the confidence thing, because I think for Z, I do believe that he likes Columbus and wants to stay here. I also think that he wants to be on a team that is going to compete and win. And for the Jackets, there's not very many superstars in this league, which is what Werenski is, that would want to be on a team that isn't making the playoffs. Like every other superstar would be in the same place Werenski is, where are we going to make the playoffs or not? If not, I'm probably not going to be here moving forward. And then for that portion, if you are the Jackets and you're considering, should we put the C on his chest? Well, how confident are you you're going to make the playoffs this year? If you're confident you're going to make the playoffs and you might make a run, throw it on there, and then he'll probably sign with you. If you aren't confident that you're going to make the playoffs and make a run, guess what? Z's probably gone.
Good. The thing with that is they make the playoffs and then what? Because I feel like the most optimistic of Blue Jackets fans are like, oh, yeah, we were 2 points away last year. We were a game away the year before. So what? What kind of noise would you have made if you actually would have made the playoffs? Probably none. And I kind of feel the same way about this team. Look, they could end up being one of the best teams in the East for all I know. There was a point last year that they looked like it and then they fell off, but it's like I've worked for the Blue Jackets for the past 4 years, so I've been to most of the home games. I don't have any faith in this team taking a jump from where they've been the past 2 years, so probably fringe playoff team. But if they make the playoffs, it's like, then what? And my answer, if I had to guess, would be probably a first-round exit. Is that good enough for Zach Werenski just to make the playoffs? He's literally the best defender in the league. Is he just going to be satisfied if they just make the playoffs and then do nothing?
Isaiah brought up a great point about the fact, look, he probably loves Columbus, but it feels to me like Columbus, the Blue Jackets are like the state of Arizona, where no one wants to live in Arizona, but they want to retire there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't want to live in Arizona when they're younger, but they want to retire there eventually.
Right.
I think it's because all these guys that leave, they come back.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form. They love it. Everyone says great things about it. They all love it here. And that's a bad way to be the franchise.
Right.
I don't want to play here, but I'll tell you right now, I'm going to come back here and live.
Yeah. So if I gave you, I think there's 4 realistic options for Blue Jackets captain. There's Zach Werenski, because like I said, longest tenured, best player. You got Charlie Coyle, who they gave a 6-year deal to.
Right.
He seems like the most bona fide veteran on the team, but con with him, has he been here long enough? Last year was his first year. Or you give it to who you believe your future is. I think in Adam Fantilli, I don't know. They're not giving him a contract extension. I don't know what the hell is up with that. Give him the offer sheet. or secret option D, just leave it vacant for now.
If they go with Coyle, and you could sell it on Coyle saying, look, he hasn't been here long, but we're changing everything. You know what I mean? This is a big switch because I know most people wouldn't put him in there after just 1 year. But you know what? We believe it's all part. This is a step in a new Blue Jackets. And look, there's always a possibility Zach doesn't want to be the captain too.
Right?
They could go to Zach and say, we want you to be captain. He would say, you know what? I put the A on my shirt, but on my sweater. I keep saying
he
shirt.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just do that again, and then let Coyle take over. Coyle is the most tenured, as far as the contract goes, locked in guy right now. And I think Fantilli, I don't think you can do that yet. So I think it probably comes down to Werenski and Coyle.
I'm kind of in the same spot. I don't think it's a bad idea for the Blue Jackets because it felt like this offseason, there were Blue Jackets fans that felt like they were right on the edge of the playoffs, and they were like, hey, let's push. Let's see what we can acquire. And then the whole summer we were like, what can we hold on to? It's what it changed to. Is Z leaving? Are we going to sign anybody back? Are we going to extend anybody? And so I don't think it's a bad idea for them to sell the future and say, hey, we have Charlie Coyle on contract for a while. Let's have the C on his chest. It's going to be a new Jackets, like Tito said, and maybe not lock into Z because you don't know if he's going to be here long term because you operated this summer not like a team that was pushing for the Stanley Cup. And guess what? That's the team that Z wants to be on.
With Waddell, you had 2 seasons. They had the great win streak and all that stuff, and the huge hot streak they went on, and then the cold streak at the end. If that had been reversed, how much different would Jackets fans feel? If they had lost all those games to start, and then the Jackets make this push to where at the end of the season, they're right there. They have a chance. Would everyone feel differently about the Blue Jackets then? The record's still the same, just the way it happened, though.
I think I'd feel the same. That's kind of what happened the year before, where it looked like they were out of it, and then they made this late push. They just fell short. I just think this is such a loser franchise. I hate to say that, but
do you still work for them?
The fact I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, everyone got fired over there. There's no radio stuff going on over there. They let go of Bob McElligott, so that was my guy. That was my meal ticket over there. So I don't think there's any work for me left over there, even if I did want to come back. But the fact that like I mentioned on the poll, that 62% of our listeners said that Zach Werenski should be the captain. It's like, have some standards for yourself.
Yeah.
Have some self-respect. Like, come on. All right, that's enough Jackets talk. Coming up, we'll do a Buckeye game show. Name that Buckeye. This might be really good or really bad. Find out next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
Big Voice Guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
When you renovate a home, you're going into full-time junk production.
How so?
The first stage of renovation is demolition.
We make that junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
When they begin installing the upgrades, a second mountain appears.
Construction scraps and packaging rise into the sky.
We make that mountain disappear, too.
All you have to do is point.
We make room for possibilities.
We make room for possibilities.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. You know High Bank Distillery Co. for its award-winning spirits, but let's talk about the food. 3 incredible restaurants across Central Ohio, happy hour with handcrafted cocktails, brunch worth planning your weekend around, dinner made from seasonal ingredients, and now even more gluten-free menu items, so there's truly something for everyone. Making it a family night, Mondays feature $5 kids meals all day long. Great food, award-winning drinks, and a vibe that keeps people coming back. Find your location and menu at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for the summer sunset sale at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Tucson SE for $149 per month for 36 months. $149 a month. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $49.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year ends 8/31.
Saving on everything for your next project when you shop at Menard. fans. We carry a great in-stock selection of Hunter ceiling fans. They provide consistent comfort all year round and also help reduce energy costs. Shop Menards today and save big on Hunter ceiling fans. View our entire selection of Hunter ceiling fans today on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver. Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you the chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's iconic tracks right here in Grandview. Race your friends, join a league, or bring the office out for an unforgettable corporate event. And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great food and drinks here or next door at Agave and Rye. Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who's got what it takes. Book your race today at outlawsimracing.com.
Common Man and Timmy here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Mikey, there's so much fun this month. It's just fantastic.
We've got Sun-Kissed Summer Saturday drawings where you can win up to $500 in pen cash, plus all-you-can-eat crab legs still going on.
You mean the Canadian snow crab legs, corn on the cob, and Hawaiian rolls every Tuesday?
Of course. Plus the last Saturday in the month, play the Queen's Gamble for a chance to win up to $5,000 in pen cash.
5,000? Must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
I'm Dr. Kandula, founder of Advent. For people with nasal congestion, sinus pressure, sleep apnea, snoring, or allergies, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination to treat your problems for good? Welcome to Advent, your one stop for breathing and sleep relief for over 20 years. Unlike other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care. 96% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for these effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
When it's too hot to go out, it's definitely too hot for your AC to go out. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Pros are here to help. We offer fast repair and AC replacement for any cooling system when you need it. Plus, we're a premier Lennox dealer and can install an energy-efficient system for a great price. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit us online at thewaterworks.com. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
Join the fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes, it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, real quick before we get into our game show, Name That Buckeye, I got to ask Isaiah a question because Biddle's in the chat, and he said, Isaiah, I should have brought in grub for Tito and Dylan too, but it would have been cold by then, and I would like to know what you guys ate because I'm hungry, and I'm kind of sad that he said that.
He brought in Bojangles chicken sandwiches and my favorite part, which was the big hash browns. They were so good.
So I do the show weekdays on this show, 6 to 9. T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis buys me breakfast every Wednesday. He does? Yeah.
Turn your mic on there, Jeff, right? New guy. That's me.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
Yeah, he does. We eat breakfast, and Chick-fil-A is normally the number one choice, which I never even had a Chick-fil-A breakfast until Tyvis turned me on to it. And for the people that don't know, Tyvis acts like he's always on a diet and exercising, but he's the biggest foodie on the station. Go to him for any fast food advice. He knows what he's talking about.
But he never eats fast food.
Right. And his cheat day is only Wednesday, but he finds a way to eat fast food other days. He just convinces. Anyway, besides the point. So Bojangles is probably our second choice. For breakfast. We're a big chicken for breakfast show. And I wasn't before Tyvis turned me on to it.
See, I don't even eat breakfast most of the time. My schedule is so jacked up. Like, it's just not just jacked up like in a bad way. I'm saying, like, I've got such weird hours as far as, morning juice, and then I've got my regular 9 to 5 job, and then, so like sometimes I'm eating lunch at 10 o'clock. It's just the way it is because I get up early and that's what I do. And that's usually my first meal. And I'm not in the mood for breakfast food at that point.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the most pizza eating, burger eating, 10 a.m. guy you've ever met in your life.
See, I love breakfast, so it's always my first meal, regardless of what time it is. Because, me and you are on a very similar schedule here at the station. I will, if Tyvis doesn't buy me breakfast on Wednesday, if any of the other days, I will leave here and get breakfast.
Yeah.
I like to stop at Taco Bell. I'm a huge Crunchwrap guy. I think McDonald's breakfast is overrated. I feel like that's a lot of people's favorite. But I just think that's just because what you know. If you were to expand your horizons a little bit and go to breakfast at other places, you will realize that McDonald's is not the top breakfast joint.
No, it's not. It's the only McDonald's good for is it's quick and convenient.
Yeah.
That's it.
And like my kid, she's 7. She loves the sauce that comes on the bagels, and I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Whatever they got going on that hits like crack. But besides that, I don't think they have that much going on. All right, let's hit the game show music, Isaiah. Yes. All right. So if anyone out there has ever watched $10,000 Pyramid, we're going to completely rip off that game. If you're not familiar with game shows, basically what's going to happen is Tito has a list of names in front of him, 5 of them to be exact. He has 30 seconds to describe to Isaiah who these people are that he's talking about without saying their actual name, and they are all Buckeyes on the current roster right now.
All right. So I didn't know if I was trying to stump you or not. He told me I wasn't. We're trying to do this. We're a team here.
We're a team.
Your goal is to get all 5 names in 30 seconds. So this is your mission. Do you choose to accept it?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. I'm about to start the timer. 5 Buckeyes, 30 seconds. Tito's going to describe to Isaiah in 3, 2, 1.
Best position in the country. Best position in the country.
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith, correct. This guy had 6.5 sacks last year for Ohio State. Going to be a first round.
Kenyatta Jackson.
That's it. All-American's position last year. Started all 14 games. Played 841 snaps.
Austin Saraveld.
On the offensive line.
Where we're going next, too.
No, it's the same guy. It's the offensive line, yeah. I mean, same description.
Same description of...
He's offensive lineman.
Not an offensive lineman.
He is an offensive lineman,
He's an offensive line.
Yes.
Okay, then we're going to Padilla.
Okay, pass. The sophomore cornerback is going to play a big...
His offensive line.
Carson Hinsman.
Hinsman.
The best one I had, I didn't get to. I was going to say U East.
Isaiah West.
Yes.
All right.
Jeez. Carson Hinsman. I watched you interview him on Saturday last week.
So what'd you guys get there? 3 out of 5? 4 out of 5?
We only got 2, didn't we?
Oh, was it only 2? Man,
it was only 2.
Worse than I thought.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that.
We're going to get all these here.
I thought that this was the easy part, to be honest. All right. All right, they're going to flip roles right now. Same thing.
Great.
Buckeyes on the roster. Isaiah is going to describe him to Tito in 3, 2, 1, go.
How about quarterback for the Buckeyes?
It'd be Julian Sand.
Let's go. He demanded a little bit more money in the
Bo Jackson.
offseason. Yes, he did. Newly to be Arvell Reese, but playing middle linebacker this season.
I'm trying to think who it would be. You got Peyton Pierce.
Yes.
Okay.
Wide receiver 2 for the Buckeyes.
Brandon Ennis.
And he went to Big Ten Media Days.
Who's
Safety.
It was McLean.
Yes.
Nice. With time to spare.
There we go.
All right, we had more names on the list that maybe we'll get to later, but Isaiah kind of said something that pissed me off in his description. So now that I need to get to it. When Brandon Ennis was the name and the clue he gave was wide receiver 2 for the Buckeyes, I got triggered.
Why is that?
Is that the lock that people think it is?
I think even if he's okay, wide receiver 2 is different than being second best wide receiver. Okay. Ennis is going. Look, just out of the respect of his career, biding his time, he is wide receiver 2. But I don't think in the season he will have the second best stats among wide receivers.
Okay. I can get behind that.
That's where I looked at it. I looked at it like just, looking at the depth chart wise. You're never going to see Ennis as wide receiver 3. I don't believe. I think he'll throughout the season be wide receiver 2 because he's a leader. They like him. He's and he's been here, quite some time now. Obviously, I think that's what it came to. But I think Chris Evey Jr. ends up with better stats.
Yes, because I don't mean to sound like a hater.
Go ahead.
But by season's end, I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Ennis is like 4th on the depth chart.
And Ennis also went to Bell Fountain. No, I'm just kidding. That's another thing.
People say I hate on Tavian St. Clair. I actually do hate on Brandon Ennis. Okay. He had the second most snaps at wide receiver last year.
Yeah.
His stat line.
Not great. Like 35 catches. What was it?
36 catches for 271 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he was on the field a lot. And look, I understand that this offense maybe didn't move as fast and wasn't as big play oriented as people thought it was going to be before the season started. But as a third-year player starting on an Ohio State offense, I expect more out of you than that.
I think that you will see, and there's a lot of talk about have big year and everything. And hopefully he does. 'Cause sometimes you'll see Buckeyes do that. The wide receiver will have like kind of a mediocre, kind of a nondescript couple of years, and then blow up in that third year or whatever, blow up in the fourth year. And I do think the best position in the country is to be wide receiver 2 for Ohio State. If you've got Jeremiah getting all that attention, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the red zone defense. If you got Jeremiah on one side, Chris Henry on the other, good luck.
Yeah. My guess would be to start the season, it would be obviously Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, and Devin McCune's really been the talk of camp in the wide receiver room. But I think by season's end, you're going to see Chris Henry Jr. replace Brandon Ennis as that second guy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch this year. Ennis could still come back another year then, right? Does he have another year left?
He could come back for one more.
Because of the 5 for 5.
Right.
Man, what a time to be alive. College football has just changed so much. The 5 for 5 is going to throw me off so much. Because technically, Jeremiah Smith could play a couple more years, but he came out and said that he's not going to, and I think it is in his best interest to go ahead and play in the NFL because it's going to, be more beneficial for him financially. But Isaiah, any thoughts on the wide receiver room at Ohio State before we go to break?
I agree with you that I think Brandon Ennis probably gets a smaller role this year, but I do think that his value comes underneath. Like, he's a chain mover. Last year, he had a decent amount of targets. I think it'll be similar this year, where he's working slot work underneath. He's not going to burn the top off the defense. That's more of what they're bringing Devin McCune in to do, honestly. And obviously, Chris Henry Jr. similar. I think Brandon Ennis works well for the Buckeyes underneath and will have a lot of targets this season, but the receiving yards, that is not his thing. He is not going to rack up 800 yards like Carnell Tate did last year as the wide receiver too, but I think all 4 will be substantially rotated.
All right, when we come back from break, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, we'll break down the AFC North on a Fan Sports Sunday.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating U.S. restaurants while supplies last.
Nothing annoys me more than wasting time. Scotty Vegas here, and I want to be golfing or playing tennis or betting on people golfing and playing tennis. I hate waiting on an oil change, but that's all changed. Krieger Ford, the car buying experience was amazing. The service, just as good. I left my Bronco in the driveway and easily scheduled an oil change at KriegerFord.com, and they even came right to me and changed it. All game changer, the Krieger Ford experience. Experience that at KriegerFord.com.
Can anybody beat the Dodgers this year? If not, the Dodgers is trading at a 35.7% chance to win it all, meaning $100 will pay out $258.40. Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download Kalshi and use the promo code POWELL. That's POWELL to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. See Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. The Browns got their first taste of preseason football yesterday, falling to the Bears 34-10. Deshaun Watson took the first half snaps, going 11 of 15 for 126 yards. Shedeur Sanders took over in the third, going 6 for 11 for 79 yards and 1 interception. Todd Monken spoke on what's next for the quarterback competition.
When we practice against Buffalo, we will give both of the quarterbacks opportunities with the ones against the Bills. Shedeur will start against the Bills. Deshaun will play in the third quarter, and Dylan play in the fourth.
The Browns have a joint practice with Buffalo on Thursday, and then they match up with the Bills in a preseason game this Saturday at 1. Yesterday, the Marlins beat the Reds 8-4. They're back on today at 1:40. Pre-game coverage begins right here on the Fan at 1:10. And then for the Guardians, they beat the Padres 6-1. The Guardians also a 1:40 start versus San Diego today.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Thank you, Isaiah, for the update. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. I'm here with Jeff Tito Thidoff. You heard in the update that the Browns played yesterday. They played the Bears. They lost, right? I don't know.
Yes. It's pretty good. Yeah, it was
34-10.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks. Preseason football, not my favorite thing. I did watch a lot of the first half because I wanted to see how Deshaun was going to do. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, another little peek behind the scenes. I was going to make this a Bengals segment, and then I was like, I don't have enough to say about the Bengals. It's kind of like, hey, let's see if they stay healthy, mainly at quarterback with Joe Burrow. Let's see what the defense is like. And whatever they do, we're not going to really care until December and January. So I didn't think that I was able, and maybe that's bad on me as a so-called sports host, not be able to talk about the Bengals for 10 minutes, but I didn't want to try.
Yeah, the Bengals this year, it's going to, and like I honestly thought that Burrow put a lot of heat on Zach when he comes out and says before the season, this is the most talented team I've ever been on at Cincinnati. Like saying that puts pressure on Zach Taylor to, because they're not getting rid of Burrow.
Right.
And so it's a thing where like, hey, we should be really, really good this year is what he's saying. Because they've been to the Super Bowl with a team, and Burrow said this team has more talent.
And I'll tell you what, it hasn't been just him, it's been everybody. And it's kind of turned me off to them, to be honest, because I have never in my 33, about to be 34 years of life, have seen a team get more run out of losing in a Super Bowl than this team. That happened 4 years ago, folks. Like, why are we still talking about it?
It only happened 2 years ago.
They missed the playoffs the last 3 years. Okay, so
we got to take those off.
It gets paused when Joe Burrow gets hurt. So that's all the time.
That year doesn't count.
Like last year, I believe they only won 6 games. The year before that, 9-8, missed the playoffs, and people still talk about that Super Bowl like it was yesterday. And then, so a lot of people are just their expectations of the Bengals are just through the roof, and I think it's mainly because they traded for Dexter Lawrence. I mean, they made some other moves on the defense, but cool. Like I said, we'll see with them. What I find interesting about them is that their win total in Vegas is 9.5 wins, and I feel like people think that that's easy money, but the sports books are not stupid. So I would be very cautious on putting your pizza money on the Bengals to win over 9.5 games.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that the Bengals are one of the ones that I like. I can't figure them out. I would not be shocked if they won 11. I would be shocked if they won 7.
Yeah.
I mean, like either way, I wouldn't be shocked on those, and that's a range of about 4 games there. So it's. But like you and I talked about during the break, Vegas knows what they're doing,
right?
And yeah, I look at the schedule, and a lot of it's going to depend on the defense. Yes, you're banking on Lawrence bouncing back because he didn't have a great year last year.
Half a sack,
yes,
which he plays defensive tackle, but the year before that he had a bunch.
Yeah, he had a bunch the year before that, so I think he had like 11.5 the year before that or something like that. But anyway, it's maybe I inflated that one, but nonetheless,
somewhere around there.
That's going to be the key, though, is this defense and Burrow's health, and I'll tell you something no one's talking about is Chase Brown's on his last year of his contract.
Yeah.
And, are they going to try to get him re-upped? I know there's not a lot of money to go around anymore with all the money you're paying the offense and now some of the guys on defense as well. So, but the Bengals are going to be intriguing at least for a while. Open up hosting the Buccaneers. They got to win that game. Not must win, but that'd be a good one because then they go to the Texans and they go to the Steelers after that. So, starting off 0-3 or 1-2 would not be good for them.
Which is what they find a way to do almost every year.
Right.
For sure the past 3 years they've started off slow. I'm not sure about that Super Bowl runner-up year that every Bengals fan likes to bring up any chance they get. But the interesting thing about them, if they were to get over their win total this year, it's because I saw on ESPN Insights, the Bengals have the easiest schedule in the NFL this season according to ESPN Analytics, which gives them a 69% chance to make the playoffs because they're a good team playing a third place schedule,
right? Which is the benefit we saw what the Patriots benefit from that last year, didn't they? Yeah. Because they were playing
a last place,
last place schedule.
Yeah.
But I look honestly, I don't think the Bengals stuff is going to come down to the schedule. It's going to come down to just Joe Burrow's health and the defense. I think that if Burrow stays healthy and if the defense plays okay. Just plays okay. Then I think they've got a real chance to do something special this year. But, yeah, the fact they keep hanging on to that Super Bowl loss, I didn't think about that. It has been 4 years. That's like Riley hanging the recruiting banner,
right?
Or something like that, or winning whatever the NBA Cup is, winning that, hanging banners for that, yeah.
And I think about, too, for the Bengals, the past couple seasons, it's been, well, if we can just get in the playoffs. No one wants to play us at the end of the year because, even last season, they looked good. The defense looked brutal. The offense looked incredible. So nobody wants to play a team that can beat you 47-45, obviously. But at the same time, you still didn't make it. And so this season coming in, I think the easier schedule can help them. But it also, if they do stumble early, I think the pressure is going to mount on this team. I think Zach Taylor is going to feel the pressure if they don't get out to a hot start. Obviously, in the first preseason game, we saw everybody out there. And I think that's because Zach Taylor knows they need to start hot. We can't stumble early because we're going to feel heat after all the moves we've made this offseason to kind of, for Cincinnati, which they don't usually do this, going all in, which is what they just did this offseason, even though it isn't like, it's not going all in for the Cowboys, but for the Bengals, making a move is going all in. And so the pressure for Zach, if he doesn't make the playoffs this year, he should be out. And so we'll see if they are able to get the start to the season they want to be able to get there.
I would be willing to say that if they don't win a playoff game, he should be fired. Like, say they make it and they don't win any games in the playoffs. I think he should have been fired yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean maybe 2 years ago. But we'll digress on that. They have the second best chances to win the AFC North, which might surprise people. The favorite is the Ravens. It doesn't surprise me. I feel like Lamar Jackson's the most disrespected player in the NFL. I think in the top 100 this year, he was 69th,
right?
2-time NFL MVP. He got hurt last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. I think that's the fact that it's odd that the Bengals are the only team in the AFC North that did not replace their head coach.
Yeah,
we'll see what kind of effect that has on the race, and that this year. And Lamar Jackson, certainly, yes. And that's the thing with Lamar Jackson. Stays healthy. If they can get the receiver help, they added Trey Hendrickson, which was a big addition for them.
Yes.
But I don't know who's going to win the AFC North. I can't confidently say, I actually do know who's going to win it. Not Browns. I can confidently say that.
Agree.
But I don't know about the other three.
Well, the one team we haven't mentioned yet, who I feel like getting disrespected a little bit, I guess, because they're technically your defending AFC North champions, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, they are, and they've made some changes. Rico Dowdle, I like him. I know that, Kenneth Gainwell, he's going by Kenny now, though, was fantastic for them last year. Had over 1,000 total yards and really played well. But Dowdle coming in, I like him. Dowdle's rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons, playing for 2 different franchises. They got Michael Pittman now in there as well. And as long as the defense can stay healthy for Pittsburgh, Asante Samuel Jr. has been great so far in the preseason. The Steelers, another team that could have 7, could have 11.
Yeah, and you said it, but I want to ask Isaiah, the Browns fan, is there any chance? Is there any universe? Is there any way in hell the Browns win the AFC North this year?
As a diehard Browns fan, absolutely not. There's I'll give them, there's a 1% chance that they could win it, because there's always a chance. But I would be in absolute shock. It would shock me more than when Flacco led us to the playoffs after we had a horrendous start to the season.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine a way that Shedeur or Deshaun is able to get us there, especially because the Bengals, even though we've been hating on this segment, I think they're a good team. Yeah. I think they're going to be right in the playoff race. They're going to be right on the edge of it. And I think the Ravens are a great team too. And the Steelers aren't no slouches. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers plays this season, they're going to be in the mix as well. The Browns, not in the mix.
And the thing too with the Steelers, watching them, Will Howard's battling for that number 2 spot. I think Will Howard's either the backup or he's cut, one or the other, because it's him and Rudolph. Drew Aller looked great when he played out there, scored a touchdown, passed for another 1 or 2 touchdowns, I think it was. But Howard looked fine. He looked okay, and but it's going to come down to that, though, because they're not cutting Aller, and they're not obviously cutting Rodgers. And there's only been a handful of teams that have kept 4 quarterbacks on their roster going into the season since 2005. Only 4 or 5 teams have done it. I can't see, if they cut Rudolph, he might get picked up somewhere else. They cut Howard, I'm confident he would get picked up somewhere else in someone else's practice squad.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph, journeyman guy. I'm sure he'd. I mean, like you said, both guys, I'm sure they'd find a job. And I felt bad for Will Howard when they drafted Drew Aller.
Yeah.
I was like, a lot of people wanted him to be like the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers, and it seems like they went out of their way to kind of circumvent that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a new staff.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy's the coach there now. Tomlin's the one who coached him, or drafted him, I should say. So I understand that. But it is interesting to see where Will Howard's going to end up, because like you said, I mean, a lot of teams keep 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of teams that carry 4. I know a team that carried 4 last year was the Cleveland Browns.
They had 2 Pro Bowlers on that team. They had 2 Pro Bowlers, though.
Yeah, that's right.
We did.
That's right. I mean, technically they had 3 former Pro Bowlers at quarterback. Yeah. They had Flacco, they had Shedeur Sanders, and they had Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So, man, the most accomplished quarterback room in the NFL.
Yes.
Could play out for you, Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd copy the strategy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah,
but you never know. Even with Drew Aller, third round quarterbacks, that doesn't mean much. That can fall down on you quickly if you ask Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
All right, coming up next, the Texas Longhorns have a Columbus native that did not want to come to Ohio State. We'll tell you why next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Feels like every football season starts the same. June becomes August in the blink of an eye. Eric Reeser here. The older I get, the more I need to stay physically and mentally ready for the grind. The team over at Hydrate Me Med Spa has been my go-to over the last 2 seasons. Their IV treatments provide vitamins, antioxidants, and natural energy enhancements. 4 locations, Grandview, Powell, New Albany, and Granville. Most treatments take less than 30 minutes, and if you're like me and not a fan of needles, their medically trained nursing staff makes the experience a breeze. Look your best, feel your best, book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
Are you a smoker of delicious chicken wings? Then fire up your team for the Sunbury Smokin' Hot Wing and Music Fest, sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Eagles 3614 in Sunbury. Join us October 3rd for a full day of wings, beer, music, and competition. Spots are limited, so register now at smokinghotevents.com. Best of all, you'll help support 2 incredible causes: Big Walnut Friends Who Share and the Ohio Fallen Heroes Memorial. So bring the smoke and sign up now. SmokingHotEvents.com.
Save big money on new furniture. Now at Menards. Shop our great selection of indoor furniture, where comfort meets style, at prices you'll love. From cozy sectionals to comfy recliners, and so much more. Find the style that works for you. Plus, big savings on furniture you can take home today. Relax more and spend less on new furniture while supplies last.
Save big money at It's time for the summer sunset sale at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Tucson SE for $149 per month for 36 months. $149 a month. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $49.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year ends 8/31.
On this episode of Science Stuff, we're examining the fastest things on the planet. Like the cheetah. It can reach a land speed of over... probably having an off day happens to everybody, but here is the American race car. People love the thrill of the... Okay. Next up is the Falcon. No, all right. Oh, Great Caesar's ghost, what was that? Why, I think we've found the fastest... Let's watch in slow motion.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex.
It's Apex Pros, the pros who knows. They're the fastest thing on the planet. When you have a problem with your plumbing, furnace, air conditioner, or electrical system, Apex Pros gets to you faster than apparently everything. Leaves are blown from trees. Paint is stripped from buildings. Mothers clutch their children's hands. Because when you have something broken in your plumbing, HVAC, or electrical, you don't want to wait.
Columbus loves Apex Pros. ApexPros.com.
State Fair food is getting smaller and pricier.
We'll have room for fried cookies.
Okay, you'd never overspend on food. What's your deal?
What's his deal? He went to Metro and got $450 in value on the new Samsung Galaxy A37 5G for free and no activation fees.
Free phone? Oh, sign me up.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only on Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and activate $40 period plan. $450 based on device discount, waived activation fee. Not available if with Metro T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
One bite in, you'll be saying that's hot as fire. Speedway's new hottest fire chicken sandwich turns up the temp. Eat the heat for $4.99 only at Speedway. Valid through 8/25/26. Participating stores. Exclude Speedy Cafe. See app for full terms.
Leon was about to leave the military.
My biggest concern was, what am I going to do next?
He found out about My Computer Career and their military transition program.
The Cyber Warrior program takes you from not knowing anything about a computer at all to being a subject matter expert.
How long is that going to take?
In the span of 4 months, I was able to get 4 different certifications.
4 months? Leon's advice?
Highly recommended.
Become a certified cyber warrior in just months at mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary. VA education benefits available to those who qualify.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Common Man and Timmy.
When we say, oh man, it's so good, wear a diaper, that means it's so good, you'll lose control of your bowels.
It's a gross term.
Common Man and Timmy, Afternoons on the Fan. It's sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures today right around 86 degrees for your highs. Isolated showers start early afternoon. Better chances for heavier rain come in later tonight. A 10 weather impact alert has been issued for your overnight showers, as well as the chance of seeing some locally heavy downpours leading to possible flooding concerns tonight. Beginning of your week is trending a little bit drier as well as a little bit cooler. I'm your 10 weather impact meteorologist, Lily Aldrich, with 97.1 The Fan.
The 2 most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
So if you can do so safely, you could watch us on YouTube, just 97.1 The Fan on YouTube. And there's some people in the chat that I would like to bring up, including Huckleberry Grin, who says, these are the same commies who hate Jordan and McDonald's breakfast. I'm glad they're hating on the Super Bowl 61 champs, which I'm assuming he's talking about the Browns.
Could be. Yes. That's what I'm thinking also. Yes, I think that's what it was.
Or I don't know. It might be the Bengals because he also said, I hope Aaron Donald comes back, and this time he's going to be a little bit too slow and Jamar will be open again, and this time he's going to gritty with the Lombardi. Because if you remember, the Bengals were one Aaron Donald quarterback pressure away from winning the Super Bowl, but I still don't understand why that's still being brought up 4 years later. Let it go, Bengals fans.
No.
Let it go.
The reason is that we're in Ohio. The Browns have never been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Browns have won a lot of NFL championships.
Yes.
Pre-Super Bowl. But
shout out to Jim Brown.
Yes. And many people, though, believe and Art Modell. No, just kidding. Art Modell. Wasn't Paul right back. Anyway, nonetheless, so many people, though, believe that that the Browns have always been bad because they haven't been great in the Super Bowl area. They've made it to the AFC Championship a couple of times, that's for sure. But and there's some of the Bengals to hang their hat on. They've been in the Super Bowl 3 times, Browns 0. Even if they've lost,
yes,
they've been there.
All right, so we teased that there's a Texas Longhorn who's a Columbus native that didn't want to come here. His name is Rasheem Biles, and they asked him about coming to Ohio State in the transfer portal, and here's what he had to say.
They called and stuff, but I ain't want to stay in Columbus for real, if I'm being honest. That was like, when I made my list, like, obviously we got agents and stuff, and I made my list and stuff, I told my mom and stuff, like, Columbus, I ain't really trying to be in Columbus. I ain't trying to be a Buckeye. Like, they ain't want me out of high school, and I was right there, so ain't no point in trying to get me now, you feel me? But I'm excited for that game, definitely. That's circled on my calendar for sure.
Your thoughts?
Pickerington Central's, that's where he went to high school. Pickerington Central's where Biles went.
Yes.
And, boy, I don't know. I can't believe you ain't trying to be a Buckeye.
I mean, here's my, if we had Rasheem on the show right now, I would ask him, well, I'm sure Texas didn't recruit you out of high school.
Right.
Why'd you go there? I mean, I understand it because, it's Pickerington's, 15, 20, 25 miles away, something like that, somewhere in that range. And it's like, hey, maybe he felt disrespected that he was in the Buckeyes' backyard and they didn't come get him. So now he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. But earlier this week, me, Tyvis, and Joshua Perry, we were looking up his recruiting profile. And he was a 2 to 3 star recruit,
right?
Depending on where you look. So let's just say 3-star for the sake of argument. That's not really the type of guy that in the Urban Meyer and Ryan Day eras that Ohio State's looking to get. I'm not going to act like they don't have any 3 stars on their roster, but it's mainly 4 and 5-star guys. And the kind of teams that he was getting recruited by are Pitt. Is that where he transferred from?
Yeah, Pitt. Yeah, Pitt.
Pitt, West Virginia, Eastern Michigan, Marshall, Toledo, Bowling Green, Kent State, Purdue, Akron. So a lot of MAC schools, not a lot of Power 5 schools, just a couple, Pittsburgh and West Virginia. But, I mean, I don't know why he's taking it personally. I mean, out of high school, he was not the caliber of player that Ohio State would normally recruit. They reached out to him in the transfer portal, and he's like, nah, hell no. I hate you guys.
Look, it reminds me a lot. I've told the story before. Chris Quinn, who is now, I believe, in the Heat organization. He's been an interim head coach at different times, I think, for basketball teams. And he went to Dublin, Kaufman, I believe, and then went to Notre Dame, point guard, fantastic player. Ended up playing at Notre Dame. And the story I heard, and I have not confirmed it yet, but I've heard it from enough people to where I believe it's true, that when Chris Quinn was getting recruited, he goes, visits Duke, and Coach K is still there, obviously. And Coach K tells him, Chris, I'll be honest with you, we only recruit the number 1 players at each position, and you're the number 2 point guard in the country according to our ratings. And so they didn't pursue Chris Quinn. Went to Notre Dame, had a great career, like I say, NBA player for a while and everything. Won a ring with LeBron, I believe, in Miami. But so, and that's kind of the way Ohio State should be.
Yeah.
I'm okay if I know they got a 3-star. They got a 3-star wide receiver on the team this year, freshman, but they don't go heavy after 3 stars. They just really don't, unless they see a huge potential in them. And by the way, Ohio State's been okay.
Yeah. They've been doing all right in recruiting and on the actual field.
Yeah.
And Mr. Biles said that, that it's going to fire him up a little bit for the game. So we'll see what type of impact he has. Do you guys have any very early on thoughts about the Ohio State-Texas matchup?
Well, I think we're going to see, even though both teams have good defenses, really good defenses. Obviously, Texas is outstanding defense. There's still some question marks on Ohio State, but I think we'll see more points scored, obviously, than last year's game.
14-7.
Yeah, 14-7 to that one.
And it was 14-0 for a very long time.
I am hoping like hell that Ohio State opens up the offense, and really tries to show some things. Fireworks did not play. They played very conservatively, and I understand why they did it last year.
Right.
Very conservatively, Saints first start and all that. It was a lot of reasons to not to not empty the playbook, but I hope they do more of that. I can't wait to see. I'm really glad the Ball State game's first. And this is second. I'm glad they get a chance to get their sea legs and then go out there and play in Austin.
Yeah, and Julian still made some throws in that Texas game, even though they kind of had the kid gloves on with him.
Yeah.
Like there was the one that I remember the most was he had a nice dime to Max Clare on the sideline and Max dropped it. And I think Jeremiah Smith had a drop in that game too, if I remember correctly. So it's not like Julian played bad. And I mean, they won the game in the end, so that's all that matters.
Yep.
But I would like to see them open up the offense a little bit more too, because you have the experience with Julian, then obviously you have Jeremiah Smith coming back.
Yeah.
What's funny was I feel like earlier in this offseason, people were like, man, I think Tavian Sinclair has more potential than Julian. Maybe I'd rather see him. And now, who knows if Tavian's even going to be the backup.
Right. I know.
And I don't understand. I guess I do understand, but I could not be a hater of Julian Sand and what he did last year. Heisman finalist, undefeated regular season.
Yeah.
Had the stats to back it up. And I feel like people act like, for the people who act like he's not good enough to lead this team to a national championship, I feel like they only watched 2 games last season, and that was the last 2.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that one. Yes, and it was a bad way to end the season, but I'm not putting all that on Sand.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not putting all that saying. I think the offensive game plans weren't ideal. Now, granted, it wasn't a perfect game. Either of them were perfect games by saying, but I don't put it. Look how good Ohio State was throughout the season.
Yeah.
It's just the fact he completed 77% of his passes.
Yeah, and I mean, the bubble screen for the pick 6 in the Miami game.
Right.
I kind of feel like it's not talked about. I feel like that was Jeremiah's fault.
It's funny. I can see where you would say that. It's on a side note, though, I'm tired of the bubble screens already.
Bubble screens out of that.
I think a lot of Ohio State fans are. I remember I told Karp that, and he defended it and said, it's express the viability of it. I'm like, it seems to me like the bubble screens don't work like they're supposed to a lot of the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, to your point about it not being all on him, I feel like that was a big play in the game.
Yeah.
And he's the one who threw it. I get that, but I feel like it was more on Jeremiah. He had a lot of pressure in his face, especially in the first half. And then I feel something else that's also overlooked was Brian Hartline doing 2 jobs at once. I feel like the continuity of the offense kind of got messed up, and that was kind of why you saw the team not look so great offensively in the Indiana and Miami games.
Didn't we see it? It was another coach Ohio State had. Was it Kevin Smith? I think it was, who got hired before the postseason or something, and then he was still going to be with the team. I can't remember all but you're right. It felt like it was not handled perfectly. Maybe by Ryan, maybe by and I don't blame Hartline. He's got his foot in the door somewhere else too, right? And he's trying to balance both those with the transport, the calendar, the way it works. Less than ideal.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother thing. Hopefully, we see the calendar get figured out, that we don't see situations like the Brian Hartline situation, the Lane Kiffin situation, that we don't see that anymore, and we have a calendar that makes sense with the transfer portal in the offseason in college football. Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll give you our thoughts on the Jaden Daniels number drama at LSU, and you'll hear what Joe Burrow had to say about it next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman, and for the longest time, I figured the less I did, the less I'd hurt. Well, I figured wrong. Something always happens, and when it does, I've always gone to Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. They rank #1 in Ohio and top 5 in the nation for orthopedics. So whether you're struggling with ongoing pain or facing a sudden orthopedic injury, you can always schedule an appointment directly with their physicians. No referral required. Start with the specialists. Start at orthopedic1.com.
Common Man and Timmy here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Mikey, there's so much fun this month. It's just fantastic.
We've got Sun-Kissed Summer Saturday drawings where you can win up to $500 in pen cash, plus all-you-can-eat crab legs still going on.
You mean the Canadian snow crab legs, corn on the cob, and Hawaiian rolls every Tuesday?
Of course. Plus the last Saturday in the month, play the Queen's Gamble for a chance to win up to $5,000 in pen cash.
5,000? Must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank's award-winning whiskey, but did you know they also make the best vodka in the world? That's High Bank Distillery Co., and they're more than just incredible spirits. With 3 amazing locations around Central Ohio, High Bank serves up scratch-made food, handcrafted cocktails, and a vibe that keeps people coming back time and time again. Whether it's date night, game day, brunch with friends, or dinner with family, High Bank delivers every single time. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, so I teased the Jaden Daniels number drama at LSU. Tito, during the break, says, I don't give a damn about that. He's mad about how the pyramid game went. When did we play that? At 11:45-ish, about 45 minutes ago. He wants to do another round of that, but I will forewarn you. The first round was easier. It was returning Buckeyes, veterans. The second set of names I have are all newcomers. Not a single soul on either list wore a Buckeye uniform last year. So you sure you want to throw down the gauntlet and do this?
We're gonna get it this time. Yep.
All right, Isaiah, do we have the game show music? All right. Which one of you wants to go first this time?
I'm just gonna go first and do the 5. I didn't think he was doing another 5. I'll do these 5. He'll get all 5 of them.
He's got.
I like it.
You got 5. He's got 5. All right. So we'll start with Tito. Basically, if you weren't listening 45 minutes ago, he's going to describe a Buckeye player without saying their name. Isaiah has to guess what Buckeye player he's talking about. And we'll start this round of Name That Buckeye in 3, 2, 1, go.
Super freak wide receiver.
Chris Henry Jr.
Transfer that hopefully doesn't break hearts and kicks the habit of Buckeyes losing close games.
Connor Hawkins.
Another transfer on defense came in from OSU's minor league squad in the SEC.
In the SEC.
Came from Alabama.
Earl Little Jr.?
No.
No, it's, what's his name? He's the other safety.
Pass.
Oh, Quay Russo.
That's
Go
it.
for it.
His first name is religious. So this linebacker comes from
Christian Allegro.
And then freshman wide receiver from Texas. First and last name have same initials.
Boyd.
That's it.
Got them all with plenty of time to spare.
That wasn't a lot of time to spare.
Never in doubt.
I mean, you guys spent a lot of time on Quay Russo and still got them all. So, super good job out of you guys. We'll switch the roles. Isaiah is going to describe to Tito in 3, 2, 1, go.
Freshman running back gotten in trouble early on.
Who's the
Super freak?
Oh, Legend Bay?
Yep. Big boy playing DT.
We're not going to get this one. James Smith?
Yes. Also transferred, trying to be Caleb Downs.
Trying to be Caleb Downs. Is it Earl Little?
It is Earl Little. Give me new wide receiver and taking Brandon as the spot.
Was it Devin McCune?
Devin McCune.
We're done.
That's it?
Was that all 5?
We got one more.
One more. Yes.
Oh, gosh. And the best part is, I can't even give you a hint. I don't even know who this is.
Hunter Wilson.
I would have said...
what would you have said, Dylan?
Also the name of an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, I should have went that way.
We have a guy named Jim Beam on the roster.
Close.
Jack Daniels?
Nope.
What is Jose Cuervo?
John Walker.
Oh, there we go.
John Walker Black. Yeah.
All right.
John Walker.
I have no idea what color he is. I don't see color, but John Walker.
That's the name of the drink.
Oh, okay.
I'm
sorry.
sure John Walker, the football player, is also black.
Okay.
That was mixed results.
We did pretty good there. We went 9 for 10.
Yeah, you know what?
I need to become familiar with John Walker's game.
Yes, he's a defensive tackle transfer from USF, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, and he was like the first one out of the portal, and the sky was falling. People were like, "These are the type of guys we're getting out of the portal."
Right.
What the hell?
I don't feel bad about not knowing who he is now.
It's so funny that you said Ohio State's minor league system because
Right.
I think I probably shouldn't say this on the air. I should probably just go do it, but I'm going to try to get trademarked AAA Tuscaloosa.
There you go. See?
Yes.
You said it out verbally, got it out there in the world. Yes, I think that's great.
I've been trying to get AAA Tuscaloosa trending on the morning show. T-Bone and Tyva 6 to 9 on this very station, weekdays.
That's what they are, man. They're great. They're a great feeder system for us.
Yes, they have been. You got the likes of Caleb Downs, Julian Sayin. You got Quay Russo and James Smith now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how they pan out. James Smith looks like a freak. Like did you get to see him when you're out at camp?
Yeah. Look, I don't know how it is that an NFL team has not offered the world to Mickey Marotti.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with how you just look at, we see it all the time with these guys when they come through and how they look like on day one when they get here and how they look like 2 months later. I mean, body by Marotti.
Yeah.
And I hope no one ever does it. I hope he's happy here. Apparently he must be. I hope he's well compensated and all of that stuff. But if I was an NFL team, like that's the first thing I would do. If I was looking like to fill that, I'd make call and say, what's the number?
Yeah. Scott Steiner, your thoughts on James Smith?
I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal.
Yeah. Big dude. All right. We teased Jaden Daniels and the number drama at LSU. If you don't know, basically they gave Jaden Daniels number 5 to a big-time recruit.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels, very upset, said, I'm taking my ball and going home. Don't use my name, image, or likeness at LSU ever again. Go to hell is basically the short of it there.
I heard Tony Reale had the best suggestion possible for this, is give him Roman numeral 5. Wouldn't that be
Give
cool?
him a V. That
give
would
him a
be
V.
dope.
Yes.
Or he said, give him a 5 with like an asterisk, so it says like 5-star.
Yeah.
Do that also. But the numbers thing, I mean, we're going to run out of numbers someday.
Right.
And I'm not saying LSU was right or wrong in this, but the thing's funny for me about it is that Brian Kelly reportedly promised this guy he could wear number 5. The guy commits to LSU. Kelly goes to Daniels. Daniels says, no, I don't want that. So Kelly says, okay, you're not wearing 5. He gives him 3. Lane Kiffin comes in, finds out about the promise Brian Kelly made and did not uphold, and said, I'm going to uphold that promise. There you go. You get number 5. And yeah, Daniels is all butthurt about it. It's a number, dude.
Yeah.
It's a number.
You know, I never thought about it. Let's start putting Roman numerals on jerseys. I like that.
That'd be cool.
I love that. And I heard Bo bring it up earlier this week, and I'm a Yankees fan. It's like, for the Yankees, no more single digits.
Yeah.
That's why your best player at Aaron Judge is wearing 99 because there was no other numbers
Yes.
for him to wear.
You can't do
They're all
it.
retired. And here's the thing with the LSU thing, either retire the number or don't. That's where I'm at. I mean, that's where I'm at with like everything. Like it seems like I don't know if his numbers are like in the rafters there or not, or whatever you want to call it in a football stadium.
Yeah.
And the thing is, here's the surprising thing that I've heard, at least that I've seen on Twitter, and this might just be in my algorithm, that people are like, Jaden Daniels isn't good enough to do this. And I say, what the hell do you mean? LSU is one of the best football programs in the country.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 Heisman Trophy winners in their history, and he's one of them.
He played there for 1 year, right?
That's the thing too. Like I see the other side of it. It's like with the whole transfer portal thing. It's like, it's not like he's like born and bred Tiger. He's more of like a mercenary.
They've retired 5 numbers at LSU.
Yeah.
Total. And they haven't retired Burrows yet.
Yeah.
Burrow did say essentially like they told me they're not going to give my number to somebody else.
Yeah, I have the audio right here. Let's hear it real quick.
Yeah, they told me that they wouldn't use it again. But you know, you never know. You never know what happens.
Joe's too cool to care.
Right. He's still Joe. He's Joe F. Burrow.
Yeah.
And by the way, Matt Leinart, somebody from USC, a recruit, wanted to wear Leinert's number. And Leinart said, nope, I'm not letting you do it. But the jersey belongs to the school.
Yeah.
It belongs to the program. It doesn't belong to you. I understand if you want to do like the Cowboys do the Ring of Honor. just like that. The Ohio State's, hopefully, Ohio State could retire a ton of jerseys they wanted to.
Right.
But Ring of Honor, Buckeye, the Buckeye Grove and all that stuff, do those kinds of things. But it's you're going to run out of numbers someday. It's going to happen. And your Yankees are a perfect example of that.
Yeah. I like what Ohio State does with the Ring of Honor. I mean, I know the Cowboys do the same thing, I believe.
Irvin loves it. Even though his 88 would be retired, he loves the fact they always give the 88 to their top receiver.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big supporter of Des Bryant when he wore it, and now CeeDee Lamb. And I think Bo is the one who brought this up. It's like, the kids today, would they know Michael Irvin? No. But when they see 88 and they see people talking about, hey, the 88, the real 88 is Michael Irvin, and a kid might be like, oh, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Then they go look up some Michael Irvin highlights, and they'll be like, okay, he was him.
Yeah.
But if he wanted to be stingy about it, I mean, if they retired numbers in Dallas and be like, no, I don't want anyone to wear 88,
right?
His legacy might be forgotten.
Andy Katzenmoyer asked Archie Griffin for permission to wear 45 here.
Yeah.
And Archie gave it to him and said it's fine and everything, but Archie's place obviously cemented. I the number thing, I don't. And Celtics and basketball, I'm a Celtics fan, same way. Look at all those numbers that retired. Now, they're never going to run out of numbers there, but nonetheless, so there's a ton of numbers the Celtics have retired.
Yeah, and the thing is, and Joshua Perry brought it up on the morning show this week. He said, if there's a guy that he says the only way that I'll play at a certain place is if I get a certain number, is not a guy I want on my team.
Not at all. Nope.
And I think we might have saw that a little bit with DGG, David Gabriel Georges. I mean, the number 0 is an honor here, and he wanted it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they were just going to give it to him. I mean, Tennessee also offered him supposedly double the money of Ohio State.
Yeah, a lot of money.
But yeah, I mean, when I heard that he had all these demands, which included a number and supposedly all these travel accommodations for his family, it's like, you're going to try to get the ski mask on and rob Ohio State, then go ahead and go somewhere else. We got options here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's right. And there's not many times I can remember, and you go back to this kid from Texas, there's not many times, though, where Ohio State lost out on a recruit, and I was like, oh, damn, that's a huge loss for this program. They're big losses, but they're not catastrophic.
Right. Because this team, they don't rebuild.
Know what they're doing. Yeah.
They reload.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Ryan Day gave us some reassurances on Bo Jackson, and there's an injury on the offensive line that might be key when it comes to the position battles there. We'll have that for you next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
When your furnace or air conditioner stops working, you can always rely on Atlas Butler to get it up and running the same day. So why not depend on Atlas Butler for all your plumbing needs? One call does it all.
Call 1-800-FURNACE.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Did you know you can save up to $35 on your next fill-up? Redeem your points for big savings at the pump. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver. Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you the chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's iconic tracks right here in Grandview. Race your friends, join a league, or bring the office out for an unforgettable corporate event. And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great food and drinks here or next door at Agave and Rye. Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who's got what it takes. Book your race today at outlawsimracing.com.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating U.S. restaurants while supplies last.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. White elastomeric roof coating stops leaks and restores flat roofs. It lowers roof temperature by reflecting heat from the sun, helping you save on energy costs. And it's easy to apply with a brush, roller, or sprayer. Shop our entire selection of roof coatings today on Menards.com. Plus, check our weekly flyer for all of the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
How do you know you got a great deal? You came to Coughlin Ford. Lease a new 26 Bronco Sport or Maverick, $399 a month. Get 0% APR on a new 26 F-150 Super Crew 4x4 STX or lease for $499 a month. Visit CoughlinFord.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
36-month lease, $29.98 due at signing. Not all buyers will qualify. 7,500 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. Excludes tax, title, and registration. $395 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. 0% for 36 months equals $27.78 for 1,000 finance with approved credit through Ford Motor Credit. Ends 8/31/26.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Bobby Carpenter was voted Best Talk Radio Personality by Columbus Monthly Readers. Catch Bobby daily on Morning Chew, 6 to 8 a.m. on the Fan's YouTube channel, the Fan app, and on demand on the 10 TV streaming app. Oh, and Tito's there, too. All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Tito's on Morning Juice. He's also here on a Fan Sports Sunday.
A media whore.
We're grateful that he's here.
I appreciate that.
I thought you worked 7 days in a row because you're normally on Fan Sports Saturday with Reeser, but not yesterday, huh?
No, I think Reese and I are both off next Saturday, too. Then we come back on the 29th. And then I think we're done unless there's like extenuating circumstances of Ohio State football. They won't have a Fan Sports Saturday.
Yes, Fan Sports Saturday and Fan Sports Sunday both get the kibosh.
Also, it's the Browns preseason stuff, right?
When Buckeyes and Browns come back. But you and Reeser do the postgame show together too, right?
No,
no.
I don't know who Reeser does it with. I don't remember last year he did it. They didn't ask me to do it last year.
I thought he did it with you.
No, they didn't ask me to do it.
Man.
So maybe that's maybe Bill Bishop told him not to. I don't know. I don't know if they did. I've done it before. I did a season with T-Bone one time.
Okay.
But that is the old studio. It's been a long time since they asked me to do a post-game show.
Who's Reeser normally do it with, Isaiah? Haven't you produced that a few times?
I could have swore it was Tito. I swear you were there.
Wait, honestly, it's possible I blacked out.
I thought it was the three of us. I thought
Tito,
it was me, you, and Reese.
I'm pretty sure you did the post game.
I don't think I did.
I know you did some of them. I don't know if you were filling in.
No, I did not. If I did any, it was like one or two as a filling thing. There is no way I did every single.
You're questioning your whereabouts on Saturdays last fall. I thought it was you. I could have sworn. You're telling us that it's not. I mean, you would know more than anyone else, I think, but you don't sound sure.
No, I don't know more than anybody else. You guys may know more than me.
Isaiah's like, I thought you were here.
I can't even
thought
tell
you were here with me.
I can't tell you my dad's birthday. I don't know what his birthday is. People say, how old's your dad? He's, in his 70s, I guess. I don't know. I told him.
Are you sure that they didn't ask you to do it this year on this note? They might expect you to be here.
No, I know they didn't ask me to do it. I know they did not ask me to do that.
Okay.
But see, I didn't last year. They didn't ask me much because I was doing morning juice. I don't think they had me coming in on Saturdays usually. You know what I'm going to do? I've got all my invoices. I'm going to look them up while we're talking here.
Okay.
But now I'm really concerned about myself.
All right. So while you do that, we'll hear from Ryan Day, because earlier in this training camp, it was kind of noteworthy that Isaiah West and Jacoby Jackson were taking first-team reps, and Bo Jackson was not. And Ryan Day kind of gave us some reassurance when it comes to Bo Jackson being RB1.
Well, I think the first thing is, his reads and the way he's hitting the hole has really shown up, but I think he's doing a much better job at the second level. And we've talked about it before, either running over him or you're running around and making a miss, and you're seeing that. It's showing up on film. It did not show up on film last year. We all know it. He knows he's been challenged. Coach Locke has been challenged. And so, based on the habits he's creating, I think we're going to see that this year. Now, again, it's just practice, so it doesn't matter until he puts it in the game. But if he continues to keep building and practicing and stacking these practices the way he's doing it, it's going to show up in the game. And that's going to be a big part of who we are this year. We felt like, there was a lot of good there last year, but there was also a lot of football that we left on the field. And so a big point of emphasis that so far he's been responding to.
So all's right in the world. Bo Jackson seems to be the starting running back at Ohio State. You pointed out earlier, you probably see a lot of split carries between him and Isaiah West. Mm-hmm. And I like that he pointed out the second level stuff and saying, hey, on film, he was not good enough once he got into the second level. I mean, no running back was really last year. No one was really getting into the second and third level much.
No.
Not a lot of big plays in the run game last year. Hopefully they improve on that this year.
Yeah, that's going to be a big part of it. I just want to see more big plays overall. More big plays overall from the running backs. Okay, now I'm looking here on my invoice. Okay, this is important now.
I'm curious.
Okay, we turn them in every 2 weeks.
Yes.
So this is the one from November 15th. On November 1st and November 8th, I had game night.
That's it.
Okay, that's not the post game.
That's the post game.
Post game.
Okay, that's I'm saying. I know I did not do a post game show. No, it's okay. It's all about it's all.
So you have like the Learfield post game, which is like the official post game, and then you have our post game, which is what I was referring to.
That's where the confusion came in. I'm looking now. It looks like I did it pretty regularly.
Could have swore you were there.
That's hilarious.
College game night, October 11th.
Yeah.
Fan Sports Saturday, October 4th. It means it's either bye week or a late game. Yeah. Maybe that one.
Yeah. So
I'm not.
Now you know you were here.
I'm not crazy.
You.
It was Reeser with me.
It was me, you, and Reeser. I was pretty sure it was you.
You know what?
Are you back on it this year? Are you?
No one said it. Maybe I am. I don't know. I got it. That's embarrassing. I didn't remember. I'm kind of because I Buckeye post game. I knew we never did that.
Yeah,
but I did work on Saturday nights.
We like calling it the post game.
Gosh,
the show after the show.
Yes,
essentially. All right. We also teased at the end of the last segment that there's an injury on the offensive line. Nothing to be too concerned about, but I guess Austin Sareveld has a minor injury, and due to that, it's kind of delaying the discussion of how the offensive line is going to be assembled, because we have a good sense of 3 for sure, maybe 4. It's kind of a matter of what position they're going to play.
Yeah.
I feel like this time last year, we were really sure about the offensive line. I feel like people forget about that. Like, I feel like we were pretty sure about it. And then obviously as Ohio State moved through their somewhat subpar schedule when it comes to a competition, that the offensive line looked fine. And then when they got to Indiana and Miami, I guess it's fair to say they looked bad at times. So what do you think about the offensive line? Because it's a lot of the same parts, but another year of experience.
There were a lot of questions throughout 2024 of the offensive line because of injuries and whatnot.
Right.
And then I felt very, very good going into last year, 2025, because so many guys had gotten reps.
Yes.
Meaningful reps. They played, you had enough guys, you had like a group of 7 guys, you could form an offensive line and rotation and all of that. I feel pretty good about it this year. Obviously, injuries are going to be a big part of it. If they have guys that are hurt and they're limited, that's going to change things. But I think they have the depth this year to be just fine on the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so the 3 that are like, have played a bunch of games are Luke Montgomery, Carson Hensman, and Austin Saraveld. As we mentioned, he has a minor injury. I'm not sure if they told us exactly what it was. I'm not seeing an undisclosed injury, so they're not telling us what it is. Offensive line play is always a big deal, but I'm not sure how to feel about it, because on one hand, like I said, you have all the experience coming back, and you figure, like, I heard it was either Tyvus or Joshua say that offensive line, when it comes to like continuity and all that, it's probably like the most important.
Yeah.
So like having guys that played together and have played together a lot is a big deal. But at the same time, when we saw them play Indiana and we saw them play Miami, they didn't look good. And it felt like Indiana more beat them mentally. A lot of stunts, things of that nature that they weren't prepared for. And then Miami just had dudes on the defensive line that just manhandled them and outplayed them. So we saw them get out-schemed and outplayed back-to-back weeks.
Not that it's the same exact thing, but like, you remember Mike Tyson was such a fantastic boxer, great starting career until he got hit the first time.
Right.
And I feel like last year's team, I think they got hit the first time against Indiana.
Yeah.
And I think that and I don't think they recovered. I wish they would have had, I know they had a close game with Texas, but throughout the year, they were just rolling over people, just killing them. And so when it got to Indiana, and I always wondered, did they get out-coached or out-schemed or outplayed? Right. Which one was it, in those games? I don't know. I don't know if they didn't make the right adjustments. Maybe that's what it was, or maybe they thought, the way we do things is so good, it's eventually going to be okay.
Right.
Because Ohio State's been a great second-half team for years.
For as long as I remember.
Yes.
Every time someone panics in the first half of an Ohio State game, I'm like, Ohio State's a second-half team, right? It's one of my favorite things to say.
I did that last year, Miami game, where his friend's house watched it. Like a bunch of people, we had to leave. And I said, guys, it's halftime. Ohio State's fine. Don't worry. They're fine. They're going to win. Don't worry about it.
Your analogy is going to get me off on a completely different tangent because a couple of weeks ago, I said that Mike Tyson's one of the most overrated boxers in history. And it's because he fought a bunch of old dudes and nobodies. And when he did get into trouble with like Evander Holyfield, biting the ears off. Or he got in a little trouble with our boy, Columbus native, Buster Douglas.
Yep.
Took the L in Tokyo.
Yep. Tyson.
I don't know if you want to get fully on board with the overrated take, but that's just my thoughts.
I can't get overrated on him. I remember watching Tyson first came out, and he'd fight like every month. He would fight because they were one round fights. And he was killing people.
Yes.
He won early on skill and strength. He won later on intimidation.
Yeah.
When guys used to want to be in there with him, but he had a hard time once he got challenged and hit. Yeah, of rebounding from that.
Because what I say about him is he's a puncher, not a boxer.
Would you say it to his face?
No, absolutely not.
Especially if In the Air Tonight's playing in the background.
I didn't say he was overrated. I said that I don't think he's in consideration for GOAT.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I got a lot of crap from that. So for my own sake, I needed you to give me reassurance.
Yeah, so, I think I would say he's not the GOAT. Not the GOAT. One of the most intimidating fighters I've ever seen.
Yes.
But George Foreman was the same way before he got knocked out by Ali.
Totally agree. All right, we got one more segment left on the show. We'll preview the Reds and tell you what's going on our weekday shows coming up next on a Fan Sports Sunday.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
It's time for the summer sunset sale at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Tucson SE for $149 per month for 36 months. $149 a month. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $49.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year, ends 8/31.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
State Fair food is getting smaller and pricier.
We'll have room for fried cookies.
Okay, you'd never overspend on food. What's your deal?
What's his deal? He went to Metro and got $450 in value on the new Samsung Galaxy A37 5G for free and no activation fees.
Free phone? Oh, sign me up.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only on Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and activate $40 period plan. $450 based on device discount, waived activation fee. Not available if with Metro T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Nothing annoys me more than wasting time. Scotty Vegas here, and I want to be golfing or playing tennis or betting on people golfing and playing tennis. I hate waiting on an oil change, but that's all changed. Krieger Ford, the car buying experience was amazing. The service, just as good. I left my Bronco in the driveway and easily scheduled an oil change at KriegerFord.com, and they even came right to me and changed it. All game changer, the Krieger Ford experience. Experience it at KriegerFord.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Isaiah Jacob. The Browns got their first taste of preseason football yesterday, falling to the Bears 34-10. Deshaun Watson took the first half snaps, going 11 of 15 for 126 yards. Then Shedeur Sanders took over in the third, going 6 for 11 for 79 yards and 1 interception. Todd Monken spoke on what's next for the quarterback competition.
When we practice against Buffalo, we will give both of the quarterbacks opportunities with the ones against the Bills. Shedeur will start against the Bills. Deshaun will play in the third quarter, and Dylan play in the fourth.
The Browns have a joint practice this Thursday with Buffalo. Then they'll match up on Saturday in preseason game number 2. The Reds getting ready here today. They're on at 1:40. We're getting ready to go to pregame coverage with them in about 10 minutes. Nick Lodolo on the mound. And then also the Guardians tipping off at 1:40, taking on the Padres.
Are you still in your pajamas? We are. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
So like Isaiah mentioned, the Reds are indeed on the radio, and they will be in about 8 or 9 minutes from now. They'll be taking on the Marlins. What do you guys have coming up on Juice this week, Tito? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do a lot of Buckeye talk, obviously. Bobby, I'm sure, has watched a lot of that kind of stuff. There will be a lot of NFL preseason reaction on that.
Yeah.
I think it happened this past week, and I will probably overreact. Bobby will tell me you're overreacting. It's stupid. I will make suggestions for Ryan Day and Ross Bjork, and Bobby will shoot them down as well. Like I told Ross Bjork that we were out there at the practices, I told him, I said, look, all you have to do is spend more money without asking fans to pay more money. Fix everything that needs to be fixed, but don't change anything.
Yes.
Just do that,
and
you're fine.
Very tough job, AD for Ohio State.
Do you think director of athletics or athletics director? Which one sounds more prestigious? I think director of athletics sounds more prestigious.
Yes, that sounds better.
Because you don't ever say DOA or DA, whatever. But AD, it's not like you're kind of besmirching it. I think director of athletics. He'd never say it, but I bet Ross would love to be introduced more often as the director of athletics.
Yes. So on T-Bone and Tyvis, we'll be doing a lot of the same. You got any guests tomorrow that you know? If you got any regular guests on Mondays?
Mondays we will have Bill Benjamin Sporty, who's on at 6:20 a.m. And he's always great to have on there. He's he's just such a great college football reporter, and we have him on every Monday at 6:20. Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a lot of Sam and T-Bone and Tyvis 6 to 9 right here on The Fan. We talked to Joshua Perry at 8:30 every Monday, but it will be 5:30 for him because he's out with his other job, NBC Sports, Notre Dame Broadcasting Company. But also they cover Big Ten now.
Okay.
He'll be previewing UCLA and USC. So we're going to call him and see if he's awake at 5:30 Pacific time.
Okay.
We'll see what happens there. T-Bone's still out. He's on vacation. He went to New York for his birthday. Happy belated to him. It was Friday.
Okay.
So we'll have Matt Fontana filling in for him. And then, of course, Tyvis will be here as well. Isaiah, are we going to hear you at all on the station this week?
I'm hanging out with Bishop and friends a couple times this week. I think Baker's out, and then Reeser I think he's getting married maybe at the end of this week. So
is he?
I thought
they just got engaged.
No,
well, I think it was something that they kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think they're eloping this weekend, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Is their game plan.
Nice.
So Reeser taking the I think the weekend off. I'm like 90% sure that's what's happening. And then Bakes out will probably, if I had to guess, tomorrow talk lots of Browns. I can't wait to hear what Bo has to say about Deshaun, Shador, and Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
I'm not judging Reeser, but I came in right after my son was born. Like, he was born in the morning, and I came in and did Buckeye Show that night. But whatever.
Oh, nice.
And also, Baker's off tomorrow because he's playing in our Columbus Major final one of the season, the Ironman 36 holes out at Chapel Hill and Mount Vernon. We'll get 12 of us out there. We're going to tee off around 9 and play 36.
It's the final one, the final major?
Of the season,
Is it tight? Is there lots to lose tomorrow?
Yeah, there is actually. There's because 3 of the top 4 people in Player of the Year standings are going to miss the tournament, so they're going to not have any chance of winning it. But, yeah, Baker's got a shot. He's got a shot at it.
He's in the mix.
He's in the mix. He does have a shot at it, yes.
Yeah, I have my, speaking of, we mentioned Reeser right before we mentioned Baker. I have my Bishop and Friends t-shirt.
Yep.
Because even though I am a member of T-Bone and Tyvis, I think our show is stupid. And Bishop and Friends is my favorite show on the station. I actually learn stuff when I listen to them. But when I'm on our show, we just make you dumber.
Oh, are you kidding me? The Morning Juice is half of the dumbest show, depending who you ask. But, the Bishop, that's why, look, I hate Bishop. Like, I love Bishop because he is so damn good at what he does.
Yes.
It's so smooth.
Yes.
But I also hate him.
Yeah.
Because he was that guy in school that if I saw him, like, all of a sudden they're probably hair messed up. I may have mismatched socks on. And he was, I got to believe, like, in kindergarten, he went in with, like, a sweater every day, like a 3/4 zip or something, or a quarter zip, I guess you call it, yeah. And, just looked completely put together. I think he wakes up put together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Belt on when he wakes up in the morning.
Yes.
He sleeps in business casual
Which I love
wear.
and hate about him, but yeah.
Speaking of, all the days off that they're taking on Bishop and Friends reminded me, I'm taking Wednesday off because it's my daughter's first day of school, and that's kind of like traditionally what I do.
Right.
She's going into, what grade is she going into? Second grade?
Not so fast. Yeah. Buckeye show. Yeah, Buckeye post game, right? Game night. Where's she going?
Second grade? Oh my gosh.
First of all, if you don't know, there's a big difference between first grade and second grade.
She's going into second grade.
Okay, she already had
final answer. I feel like a terrible father. That was the questioning that. But yeah, I didn't even earlier in the show, I had no idea what age I was. I'm turning 34 in 8 days, but because what I normally do with the math, it's like, okay, I was born in 1992. It's 2026. Let's subtract 1992 from 2026. I'm 34 years old. But the problem is that my birthday's in August. So I'm telling people the wrong age for 3/4 of the year.
Yeah.
My birthday, I might as well move it to January 1st.
Look, we should like they do with horses.
Yeah.
Race horses, every race horse, when you're born, that your birthday is January 1st.
Yeah, because, and it's funny, my mom, I used to ask my mom how old she was when I was a kid, and she would tell me, I don't know a lot. And I'd be like, you just don't want to say. Like, why are you being like that? And now that I'm older, I'm like, half the time, I don't know what age I am. I can give you within the year.
Yeah.
Within 1 year, I can give you, but I'm giving the inaccurate age more often than not.
My stepdaughter's birthday is October 13th. My wife's is October 14th. My son's is October 18th. Now, my son's is 10, 18, 16. Whenever I go to pick up anything from the pharmacy and they say, birthday of the person, I've always got to think, was my wife the 13th, the 14th? Is already 10, 16, 18, 10, 18, 16? What? It takes me forever. They must think I'm the worst dad and worst husband, which to be fair, I'm actually the running all
in
those.
the mix.
Yeah, I don't get the cards anymore that say to the best dad ever.
Yeah.
I get the cards like, Happy Father's Day.
You're here. You're present.
Thanks for participating.
Yeah. I have a lot of people in my family that they're born on the 18th, and my daughter's birthday is February 19th. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I know her birthday is a day off from the 18th. Is it the 17th or the 19th? Yeah. And I feel really bad every time. This is the first time I didn't know what grade she was in, which is making me feel like a complete piece of garbage. But second grade for sure. She's 7. She'll be 8 in February. She's going in the second grade. First day on Wednesday.
You're too young to have moments like that. In about 10 years, you can get away with it. But right now, you may have CTE.
Well, I played 0 football in my lifetime, so I don't know where the CTE is from. I don't know. Maybe I have like early onset dementia. I've been told that I show trends when it comes to that.
I've been told that by my wife for years.
Hopefully not, but recently I feel like the oldest 30, almost 34-year-old of all time. Trestles Burner on the YouTube chat says, is this segment going anywhere? And the answer to your question is no, it is not.
No, it's not. It's just it's the last segment.
This is the last segment of the show. Just wanted to tell you that the Reds are coming on the radio. They're playing the Marlins coming up next. And I wanted you guys to know what we were doing on our shows this weekend. I wanted you to know where you could hear Isaiah because Isaiah is probably the most liked person on the show of all the listeners. Me and Tito, very polarizing figures. Yes. So, all right, that was it. Tito, thank you for filling in for Cole on a Fan Sports Sunday. I thought the show sounded pretty okay. Coming up next, we got Reds and Marlins. Reds are on the radio. Thanks for listening to us on a Fan Sports Sunday.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate.